Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Rohm. Thank you so much for joining us on our journey in becoming wiser. This Becoming Wiser podcast is designed to help you to become wiser in every area of life. So today I'm going to be sharing with you in something that will be very helpful by realizing there are different kinds of people in the world.
Welcome to Becoming Wiser with Dr. Robert A. Rohm, author and world-renowned public speaker, as he shares stories involving his experiences and lessons learned in a good-spirited, positive, and fun way. Here's Dr. Robert A. Rohm.
There are three kinds of people in this world, and at worst, some of them can even be called evil. There are people who will deliberately deceive you and hurt you. They do not have your best interest in mind. They're out to get you. They will steal from you. They will lie to you. They will hurt you. Hopefully, that's not the majority of people that we interact with every day. You just need to remember not everyone that you meet has your best interest in mind. Then there's the second kind of people that we meet every day, and we would just call these people foolish. They just simply live by the seat of their pants. They don't have a plan for life. They just go to work and eat and spend money and do whatever comes next. No real plan, no real purpose, just living their life. And one day you'll hear them say things like, I really never felt like I had any purpose or meaning to life. Someone wisely said, don't fear that your life will one day come to an end. Rather fear that it never got started. That's what I'm talking about. I have been that foolish person where I don't have a plan. I don't have anything I want to do. I just kind of want to get up and see what happens. Wow. If you ever said that, and we all have, please be careful. See, the first group that I'm talking about, they're deliberately out to lie, steal, cheat, have their way, and hurt others. And whoever gets in their way, sorry, that's just your problem. It's not theirs. Then there's the second group that I just mentioned. They're people that are like all of us. We just didn't think things through. We just didn't have a plan, and we maybe ate too much one night and we got sick. We knew we shouldn't eat that fourth piece of dessert. We knew we shouldn't have stayed up all night knowing we had to get up and go to work in the morning. We've all been foolish. And then there's the third group. They're the wise people. They're the ones that know how to think ahead, plan ahead, and know, will there be some kind of consequences to what I'm doing right now? Will there be some kind of results from what I'm doing? In other words, I want to get an education, but I really don't want to read and study and go to school. That's not the way that works. I've graduated from 5 different colleges and universities. I am not the smartest person you'll ever meet, but I did understand the process of if you want to graduate, you got to take a class. If you take a class, you get the credit. And if you get enough credits, you can graduate. That's being wise. I did not know. Listen carefully. I want to be a blessing to you. I want to help you. My background is in the field of education and in ministry. I have tons of background in education, tons of background in ministry. When I started my business, I knew very little about the world of business. I'm not afraid to make fun of myself. Maybe it'll help you realize that we're all in this together. I didn't know what revenues were. Somebody said, what were your revenues? I thought, what were my revenues? I know what internal revenue is. That's the IRS. What do you mean revenues? That's income. Your income are your revenues. Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know what that was. Why? I was not trained in the world of business. So you know what I did? I wanted to learn. I started reading books. I read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I would encourage you to read that. It began to give me some insight into how to study and look at money. So again, let's have a quick review. There are 3 kinds of people, and then we're going to talk about them. There are people who are unwise, dangerous, and maybe even evil. There are people who are just foolish, who kind of live by the seat of their pants, and que sera, whatever will be, will be. Let's just see what happens. Let's just get out there and see what happens. And then there are those who are wise. They live by a plan. They have goals, dreams. They're trying to develop personal growth and development in their own life. They read books. They listen to audios. They go to seminars. They try to learn and grow. Here's the second thing that you can understand them about these people. Evil people or people who are dangerous, I believe, live by evil power. You say, what are you talking about? I really believe there's a dark side to the force. I really believe there is such a thing as evil in this world. I believe there is certainly things that create havoc for others. We know that the darkest side of evil is led by someone called Satan. I believe he enjoys making life miserable for people. I certainly don't want to be involved in anything he's doing. Then there are people who are in the middle group who are just foolish. They live by, you might say, the environment. Whatever environment they're in is what they do every day. If they are with loud people, they get loud. If they're with quiet people, they get quiet. If everybody goes out to eat, they go out to eat. They just don't have a plan. They just want to make a living, not make a life. Big difference. They just want to get a paycheck, and then they want to sleep in on Saturday and maybe spend some time going on a vacation. And at the end of the life, their life really didn't matter or amount to much. I'm not trying to be unkind. I just don't want to live my life that way. That's being foolish. And then there are the third people, I hope, like you and me, who we live by a plan. We live by faith. We live by God's leadership in our life. Lord, guide my life. Help me to be the person you want me to be. Teach me, guide me, train me. Show me what I need to know in life. Someone once said, he who walks with wise men will become wise, but a companion of fools will be destroyed. Who you hang around with, and what you read is who you're going to become. Charlie Jones taught me that 10 years from now, you'll be the same person you are right now, except for the books you read and the people you hang around with and associate with. What's the third group? The evil group, the dangerous group. They're like wolves. They'll tear you apart. Give them an opportunity, they will belittle you with their words and with their lifestyle. The middle group are like sheep. They just are kind of wandering around, and hopefully they'll end up good, but maybe they will and maybe they won't. And in the third group, the group that's like us, we want to be shepherds. What do shepherds do? They look out for other people. They look out for other things. They try to be helpful. Then there's the first group that we mentioned, those that are unwise. They're negative. They let us know what's wrong with everything and what they're against. Then there's the middle group. They have sort of a neutral attitude of whatever, que sera, sera, whatever, we'll just see what happens. And then there's the positive group. That's us. That's the third group. We want to tell what we're for, what we're about. We're about the good, the pure, and the positive, speaking and encouraging people, learning how to create income and wealth and cash flow, learning how to be a positive influence on others. Then one other example. The evil group, the group who's dangerous, they create problems for other people. They create obstacles. They create division. Everywhere they go, they leave behind them a trail of hurt, sadness, and sorrow. Then there's the middle group. They kind of cause confusion. They sometimes create frustration for other people because they really didn't have a plan. They can create misunderstandings. They're not really focused on being careful about what they do and what they say. And then there's the first group that I hope we are in. We cause personal growth and development. We have a plan. We're committed to peace. We are creating wisdom by the things that we say and the things that we do each day. You are on this podcast listening because you want to be in that first group. You want to be in the group that believes in the good, the pure, and the positive. I'm careful what I say. I learn how money works. I learn how to have good health. I learn how to eat properly. Now listen, if you hang out with me, every once in a while, I like candy, I like dessert, but I really much am big on eating fish, eating chicken, eating steak, and vegetables and salad and being careful. The purpose of this, there are people a lot wiser than me can give you a great deal of information and podcasts on health. I'm just saying, someone put it like this. I hope this doesn't offend you. If you eat fat, greasy foods, you'll become a fat, greasy dude. Well, that kind of helps me to know. I want to eat good food so I can have a good body and good health. I'm in 74. I'm in great health. I think some of it goes back to what I eat. At least that's what my physician told me. One more area, and then we'll wrap this up. The first group, who are unwise and who are dangerous, they treat you with almost an attitude of they want to use you. They're intentionally dangerous. They only care about themselves. They will wear you out and throw you away. They cause pain and harm. They have a calculated way of doing life so everything works out in their favor. In a word, they're malicious. Now, hear me well, please hear me. I know there are not a lot of people like that, but if you're not careful and you think they're not out there, you'll end up. I had someone steal $300,000 from me because I thought well of him and trusted him. Guess what? I wish somebody had shared this podcast with me. Not everybody has your best interest in mind. Some people will cause you pain and sorrow and hurt. Be careful, especially when it comes to the area of money. Anybody who's trying to get you to pay for everything and use your money and loan you money, just be careful. That first group of dangerous, unwise people are out there. Avoid them like the plague. I'm not going to be mean or hateful to any of them. I'm just going to avoid them. Then there's the middle group. They treat you with flexibility. They're just happy sometimes and upset sometimes. If they make a mistake, it's more accidental. They didn't just think about how this was going to turn out. They just didn't realize that, gosh, I don't have any money. Oh, I guess I don't have any money because I don't have a job. Or I don't have any money because I didn't plan on any. You had a car accident. Oh, I forgot to get car insurance. They're not malicious or bad. They just are kind of absent-minded. They just do not think things through, and they're not careful. And then there's the third group, and I realize I've been going back and forth with first, second, third, second, first. There are three groups. The best group is the group I hope you choose to be in, and that group is the wise group. We're full of joy in our heart. We're not full of resentment. We're focused on maintaining a progressively better lifestyle. May I tell you something? I live with holy dissatisfaction. I coined that phrase. Holy dissatisfaction means holy, I want to be a good person. I want to be honest, loving, kind, gentle in everything that I do and say. But I'm dissatisfied with my life. I can do better. I can do better. I can encourage others better. I can get to a place where I become, here, all right, listen carefully, where I become a better thermostat. Caught you off guard, didn't it? What do you mean a better thermostat? You see, a thermostat is what sets the temperature in your room, in your house. What is a thermometer? A thermometer, you put a thermometer in your mouth because it will tell you what the temperature is. You don't put a thermostat in your mouth. The thermostat goes on the wall. You know why? Because the thermostat sets the temperature. At night, I like to ice it down. I sleep better when it's cooler. I'm enjoying being in a house in my office right now where it's cooler. Why? We turned the thermostat down. But if the thermostat breaks, then it's going to get hot. And the thermometer will tell us what the temperature is. Did you get those three words? A thermostat, a thermometer, and the temperature. You see, the temperature can be set by the thermostat, but it cannot be set by the thermometer. Be a thermostat. That's the wise person. That's the one who sets the tone. You do it with your words. Learn how to create a climate. Learn how to engineer an environment by being a good person who speaks kind words, words that are uplifting, encouraging, and helpful to all that you meet. Well, we've looked at three kinds of people today. There are those that are unwise and dangerous and possibly even evil. We've looked at those in the middle group who are sometimes foolish, not really having a plan, flying by the seat of their pants. We've all done that. We all recognize, yeah, I've been that way at times. And then you grow and mature to become a wise sage. This podcast is about becoming a wiser person. I trust that you will be on the journey with us to continue to make good choices, make good decisions, become a wise person, and make life great for you and all of those in your circle of influence. I'm Dr. Robert Rohm. Hope this has been helpful. I look forward to seeing you, hearing from you, or meeting you somewhere along the way. Thank you so much. God bless you.
For more information about this podcast, please visit www.becomingwiserpodcast.com.